to another episode of the Dealhound Club. I just wanted to go over a couple of these here, and before we move into the new ones for this week, it looks like that one sold quicker than I thought. He did drop it down to $5,000, and that sucker went quick, so that was a no-brainer. A couple of these other ones still haven't sold. Things have slowed down, so that's kind of the reason why it's been a long time since I've done another episode. I've just kind of been watching the market, seeing what's going on, because things aren't moving near as fast as they have been. So we'll just jump into a couple of them here, just to show what's going on here, or just to show you some good deals that I still think are good deals. This is a 68 Plymouth satellite. I'm a big fan of these Plymouths. This one has no motor, no trans, but it does have very little rust, and it has a parts car with a motor and transmission. And so, yeah, see, the floors are pretty solid for this car, for this age. And then this one's got a 440 in it. So I don't know, these cars are getting just ridiculously expensive. There's definitely money to be made on this one. I'm just not super excited about it. There's just too many moving parts, too many parts, having to put this thing together. But if this is the kind of cars you're into, and these are the kind of deals, this is a good deal. There is money to be made on that one. Let's jump into the next one here. Yeah, this one's pretty cheap. It is under 225,000 miles, but this is a second gen Cummins, and it looks to be in pretty good shape. I would say for 7,500, that's a good deal on this one. I can't remember what was wrong with this one. There was something. Well, I remember the front grill. This needed fixed. You can get a new air dam and get a new piece up here, and get those installed. Yeah, it was dirt. It was just really dirty, and I think the dash was jacked up. This looks like tape or something on the dash there. See if there's a better shot of it. Yeah. So I don't know. This looks like it just needs addressed, needs some work. I hate when people put steering wheel covers on. These drive me nuts. I'd rip that off, and then fix the dash. I'm not sure if this is just unhooked or if it's broken. It looks like it's broken. So there's little pieces in here, but for $7,500, it does have a good look to it. I was a little concerned why this is a different color green here. I don't know. Hopefully the cab hasn't been swapped. But that looks like a different color green than the rest of it, but I can't tell. Anyway, you'd have to take a look at this one to see if it's worth it. He's right on the cusp of it actually being a decent deal and just not. So, yeah, I was a little torn on that one. This one's a pretty good deal. I think this one could be had for $3,000, $3,000 to $3,500, and I think you'd be all right. It's okay. So this was another one that I was torn on because he cut the frame and did the frame work, and shortening the frame. So the value diminishes because of that, but it is a Lariat packaged in extended cab short bed, 4-wheel drive, which is a super rare combo. Obviously, it was so rare that he had to make one. I wish he showed pictures of him shortening the frame and how that looks. I'd be a little cautious on this one, but the money is right to look at this one a little bit closer and get it all into one color. Even if it was just primer, even if you just primered this thing, it'd be worth $5,500, $6,500. Running and driving. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little torn on that one. I kind of saved it just to see how long this one would last. Yeah, I'm a little bit torn on this one. This one is a really good deal, guys. This one was, if I remember right, this was a one owner. Yeah, one owner. Um, and it's low mileage considering the year, and most of these are already 180 or more, so it's kind of low mileage, but it is a one owner under $20,000. So I think this is a good deal if somebody wanted to snap this one up. These are not coming down as much. They fell pretty hard, and then now they've kind of plateaued, and actually some of them I've seen are going back up. So yeah, this is a good deal if you're interested. Um, let's see. Next one is this one. This is a good deal. I bet you can get this one for $5,000 flat. This is a 12-valve Cummins that runs and drives. He thinks the body's in pretty much toast. He said the paint job's toast. Yeah, I agree with that, but this could be cleaned up and still look presentable. Um, and yeah, so if you, yeah, oh, man, some of these are just right on the cusp. This is another one that's just right on the cusp because it needs some work, needs some interior work, needs cleaned up a little bit. I personally wouldn't do that. I put the door panel back on, and what would I do to this thing? I don't know. I would fix the front bumper. Make sure it just runs and drives good. Um, I still think, there's a going for more than that. There's not much more if you're not going to do much to it, but these 12 valves are still pretty sought after. So if you wanted to list this at 7, I think you could get 65 for it. You're not going to knock a home run on this one, but you could make 1,500, $2,000 on that one. Same with this one. Here's another one. Needs work, obviously, these C4 Corvettes, but they're slowly starting to. It's just like every other Corvette, guys. I mean, they drop down to $1,500. They bottom out, and then they slowly, they find their collector core of people that want them. At least this isn't that crossfire injection crap. This is a good one with the tune port injection. And it doesn't look terrible. It just looks like it's just been neglected. It needs to be pulled out of the weeds, needs to be cleaned up, detailed out. And I think it's worth more than $1,500 that way. So, yeah, I mean, obviously clean out all the weeds and stuff like that. You could probably list this for 2,500, $3,000 maybe. But that'd be about top on that one. This one here's some money to be made on this one. Okay, so these I see these selling for 75 and above all the time in this condition, and he dropped it to 67. So at the very lowest, I think you can get 65. What did he have it listed before? I thought he had it. Yeah, so he had it listed at 8,500 or 85,000. And then he dropped it to 67. I think the sweet spot on this is 75. And yeah, this was in nice shape. This is a really good example, guys. Yeah, so if you wanted to grab obviously this is bigger money, a lot bigger money, but you could pick this up. I bet you could pick this up for 60 because he's had it for 36 weeks. I bet you could offer him 60 and then sell it for 75. Yeah, 75 is more than a fair price for this one in this condition. I see him going all the way to 100 in this condition. So I think for an XKE with 55,000 original miles is that's that's a winner right there. So you definitely got room to play on that one. Sometimes in order to get some room there, guys, you got to go big. This one, okay, so this one was mislisted. This said long bed on it, but when I noticed it was another one of those rare short beds. So you can tell in which picture, this picture here. See how close the wheel is to the cab. You can tell this is not a long bed. So this is a short bed, another 97 short bed, and it's listed at 4,500. I still think they're selling for 6,500 to 7,500. So if you want to grab this one and clean it up, detail it out, fix some stuff, you can definitely get, make $3 grand on this one. All right, next one. Oh, this one's kind of unique, guys. So this has got the safari roof on it. This is kind of a rare one, guys. This is a 109. I'm not sure if anybody watching is into these things, but I'm telling you what, this is turbo dieseled. This one's got a 300 turbo diesel in it, and I believe, if I remember right, this one is. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one was the 5-passenger or 6-passenger one, and I'm sorry, not 6-passenger. It's because it's got the back seats on it as well. So it's got 6-passenger up front. What do you call it? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12-passenger, I think is what they call these, because it's got the flip down seats in the back. Anyway, this one is definitely worth 10 grand. Definitely, he's below. Again, the problem with these guys is presentation. I mean, if he would have detailed this thing out, cleaned it up, got rid of the spider hanging from the ceiling, cleaned this thing up, cleaned all this crap out of here, and put it out of the weeds and took a nice clean picture of it, it would probably bring 15,000. But because of his presentation and the way he's got it sitting here with the freaking door half open, I mean, this thing looks like it's sitting in a junkyard. Pull it out, put it in a nice presentation area, put it on some pavement, and clean it up, make it look good, and sell this sucker for 15 grand, no problem. Especially with the 300 TDI in it. So yeah, that's a no-brainer there. That's a easily 50% return on your money right there. The next one is 82 Corvettes. Okay, so these are not very desirable, but this is only 70,000 original miles. And here's something really unique I've never seen before. Somebody did something really unique to the back end of this. Look at this. Looks like a Stingray type Corvette there. Never seen one like that before, guys. That's very unusual. And it looks good. Actually, whoever pulled it off made it look really good. And it almost looks factory. They polished the wheels. I mean, this is a good-looking car, guys, for the money. Obviously, I wish it was a manual transmission. It's an automatic. But I think this is a sharp-looking Corvette, especially with this rear. It says in here, it doesn't talk about it too much. It just says has custom rear hatch. I was tempted to reach out to them because I have never seen one like that. Never. I don't know if it was a one-off. I don't know if this was aftermarket and they were available to people. I've never been a huge Corvette fan. Other than when the deal pops up, I'll grab one and flip it. So this is really unique to me. I've never seen a one like that. But being it's a T-top, it's loaded, and it's got that rear. See, obviously this is all fiberglass, and it looks like it's in there, but it looks like they glassed it in because there's no seams. Oh, where's the darn picture? Yeah, I'm not seeing any seams. Obviously, it went in where the hatch goes. Actually, I pulled some up here so you could, because I was looking at them myself. Let's see. Yeah, like this right here. So I'm not sure what he did to do this. I'd want to look at it closer, but that was super unique in my opinion. And honestly, it looks really good. It's the best looking Corvette of that era that I've seen. So if you're interested in one, that would be the one. And it's 10 grand. That's pretty cheap for something with under 100,000 original miles. and this clean. So you might be able to talk them down to 8 grand on it. I don't know, but man, that would be a buy. I think that's a buy. And to me, like I said, that rear hatch just makes it. That just totally makes that a beautiful freaking Corvette, in my opinion. Completely changes it, in my opinion. Okay, next one. I've talked about these avalanches before. Don't sleep on these guys. These 2500 avalanches only came with an 8.1. They only came with an 8.1. That was the only option. 6 liter was not an option. So grab these if you can, especially when they're under 200,000 miles. They look like they're well taken care of. And this is only $4,200, guys. The last one I literally sold, and it had more miles. What did mine have? Mine had 100 and I think it had 180, 176. So 10,000 miles more. But it was almost the same condition as this one, and I sold it for 8,500. So yeah, 42. You can easily probably double your money on this one. All right, guys, that's what I found this week. It was hard. Trust me, there was not very many good deals out there. And so, if you guys are looking for something, post it in the comments, and I'll put it on my search. Yeah, these were not an easy. This was not an easy week. That's the reason why it's taken me so long to come out with another episode. Is I just kept looking and looking and looking, and I'm not just going to post stuff that you can't make money on. So I waited and waited and waited, and I lost several doing that because the good ones sometimes sell quickly. So, but anyway, that's what I have this week or this episode, and hopefully I'll find some more for the next one. Take care, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.